Council, Mayor, it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
The report that was included in your package, there was just a couple notable areas. One was the property crimes, which were the first 7 or 8 under the offensive crimes. We're really down last month, which is great. We've been having some issues with auto thefts and some other things, but the stats were really good. If that keeps up. Just briefly on the weather, Lance and I participated in a conference call today with the King County Emergency Management. And just briefly, it's supposed to start sometime tonight, real heavy rains, and continue through Thursday. Wednesday, there may be winds, and Thursday there's supposed to be big winds. And with the rain, there's flooding. A lot of rivers were mentioned, but not the White River. But we'll be with the Corps engineers and make sure we track all that. That's it.
Okay, questions from council?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next up, any reports from council members that are not referring to a board or committee? Councilmember Steiger?
First thing I'd like to report is we hear a lot about this tree lighting and lights on the gym and everything. I'd like to thank our mayor because she has donated those lights out of her own pocket for us to be able to have this tree lit up the way it is today. And also the lights you see on the gym, which I'm not sure that we ever had lights. So I'd like to give her a round of applause for that. The next thing I have is last week on the hearing on the budget, the statement was made about community services having to have fundraisers. I'd like to have Rich correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not believe that we get any funding from Algona anymore to assist us. So, in turn, we are still having to give services to the Algona people as they request them. We have to run the bus down there because it is an Algona Pacific, and the county picks up the expenses of the bus and so forth. So we still have to give them services, but we get no funding from them. At one time we were getting up to, I think probably a couple of years ago, we got as much as 10,000, I believe, which really helped the senior center. But now the whole burden is being carried by Pacific citizens to give services to seniors, even if they're not in Pacific. So this is part of the reason that you're going to find having to have some additional fundraisers.
Any other council comments tonight, not regarding the board or committee? Okay. So, Finance Committee.
We met last Tuesday. We had a pretty full docket, so we discussed the final budget and went over some of the clerical changes that needed to be made to make it more reflective of what we have and some corrections. There was some discussion about amending the department narratives a little bit, so we'll see that in tonight's final presentation. We also went ahead and discussed the need to amend the 2014 budget. We figured we'd use that night as an opportunity to talk about some of the needs there to adjust that by year's end or in the first part of next year. And then there was a little bit of discussion about the transportation benefit district. Basically what our funding mechanisms are now for streets and how we can, if we created this, how we'd be able to have a dedicated funding source for streets. So not a lot of discussion, but just, again, planting the seed to look for alternative revenue streams. A little bit of discussion about waste management negotiations and what the impact may have on the franchise fees into the general fund. The city administrator / finance director wanted us to know that any cost or any revenue reductions in that area the citizens needed to see a significant savings for the city to really want to back of any proposal, and we assured him that that was going to be the case. And then we talked about needing to discuss the sewer rate increase and how do we address it, when do we address it, and it was determined that we need to do it sooner than later so that we don't fall behind. And pretty much that was about it.
Questions? All right. Governance committee.
We meet tomorrow at 6:30.
And 6:30 in here?
In here.
All right. So Human Services Committee?
Unfortunately, a couple of us were missing last Monday. Missed that and council meeting for some different news, I guess.
Okay. No worries. Public Safety Committee.
We'll be meeting Wednesday night at 6:30 in here.
In here Wednesday, okay.
And I had originally told everybody we would have copies of the agenda and the attachments here available tonight. And what we're going to end up doing is it will be emailed to you by tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Okay.
I apologize for not getting them as soon as I was tonight.
Okay. Public Works Committee?
And we had a meeting scheduled last Wednesday. I took a fall, and the other two members decided, since I would not be available, they were going to reschedule the meeting. So Lance would like to have that meeting rescheduled this coming Thursday evening, if that is possible, because we have some people from Sumner, and I forget another area that wish to come in and give us some presentations. My wife promised you that she will not let me out of my recliner on Wednesday or Thursday.
So no falling allowed. Okay. So this Thursday evening works for the committee? Who's on the committee?
I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I'll see if I can shuffle something around. No, I'll be sending it.
Can you guys get together after the meeting?
Would you be able to make it then?
Okay. Excellent. Technology committee.
We haven't met with our
Park board?
Mayor, Council, first of all, I would like to thank you for the increase of 504% in maintenance. Last year we had 520 hours of maintenance for our parks. This year we're scheduled to have 2,624 hours. Woohoo! We're also excited to see that we have 104 hours as building inspector, so we plan on submitting suggestions to have all the squatters that are currently squatting on our pocket parks, to have them leave. 104 hours for our public works manager, so we will finally be able to get our maintenance schedule and maintenance manual out. We are so excited about that. In our January meeting, we plan on setting some expectations, reviewing the hours from 2014 to see how many hours we really did spend, which parks we spent them on, and we will possibly be sending you a budget amendment, i.e. we will be sending you budget amendments next year. Since the money for the supplies and equipment has been cut, and there's no money if we accidentally throw a blade on the mower, we have a feeling that we're going to hit a rock. And so we will probably need some money in those supplies and equipment. But again, we are so thrilled about how much more maintenance we get. 2,600 hours, which means we will be able to do all the parks. We'll be able to mow them every 7 days from what our initial estimates are, plus maintain all of our trails. Plus we may have some extra maintenance time so we can do weeding, and we can do some plantings and really spiff up the entire place. But again, without supplies, we may be coming back to you for rocks. Thank you so much.
Planning Commission, is there anyone here from the Planning Commission? Pierce County Regional Council? Have we been able to attend that meeting?
No, nothing to report. The December meeting was canceled.
Okay, thank you then. Okay, Sound Cities Association, last Wednesday night I went to their networking dinner and we approved the budget for next year moving forward for the Public Issues Committees as well as the other Sound Cities Associations. With Sound Cities Association, I am also on their nominating committee. And so they have several different regional committees that different members from Sound Cities represent. I've been reappointed, well, it goes in front of the board Wednesday, and then in front of the board, but I've been reappointed to 2 committees that I represent for the Sound Cities Association. One of them is the Flood Control District Advisory Board, and the other one is the Growth Management Advisory Board. One of the things that we're working on right now is getting Pacific a permanent seat on the Flood Control Advisory Board. Since we have the White River, it doesn't make a lot of sense that we're not on a permanent seat. So that's one of the things that I've been working on as well. State Board, unfortunately, they had their meeting the week of my surgery, so I was unable to attend. I am going to be working with Lance and Jack to get them down there to those meetings when I'm unable to attend. The Sound Cities Association will be meeting, I guess, next day, I'll be going to their next meeting. Okay, so Valley Regional Fire Authority. Okay, that's it. All right, with that, we'll move on to old business, starting with ordinance number 2014-1883.
Community Services applied for a grant from the Walmart Foundation for Monday Stone Soup and the youth program Afternoon Snacks. As you know, we have received a $500 grant from the Walmart Foundation to be split between us equally. I recommend, or staff recommends, the council adopting ordinance 2014-1883.
Okay, questions? What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve resolution, or I can't say that, I can't find it. Ordinance number 2014-1883.
Okay, Councilmember Jones would like to speak.
Back at, we went through and applied, and they were gracious enough to give us the grant for $500. Community Services, we were just talking about fundraisers and benefit from the $500. Free money.
And then Councilmember Oliver.
Raise our team.
Thank you.
Any other comments from council? Comments from the audience? Seeing none, roll call of council, please.
Councilmember Garberding? Aye. Councilmember Jones?
Aye.
Councilmember Kay?
Aye.
Councilmember Olivera? Aye. Councilmember Putnam?
Aye.
Councilmember Steiger?
Aye.
Councilmember Walker?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.